Manga-Waido.
My name is Makoto Otsuki, and I'm a 25-year-old businessman. I lost both my parents in an accident when I was young, and the only person I could call my family was my wife. I married my wife, Sana, who is 1 year younger than me, 3 years ago. She was a part-time worker that began working immediately after high school, and I met her at my workplace while I was in college. She was more on the small and cute side than beautiful, and she was a bright girl with a good sense of humor. Her smile never disappeared from her face. Spending time with her was always more fun than everything else in my life. And a year after we met, I confessed my feelings to her. With her usual lightheartedness, she said,
"Sure, I feel like I'd have fun being in a relationship with you."
And gave me an okay. Thinking back, the times when we were dating were probably the most fun. Sana and I traveled to a lot of places. Around the same time that I graduated from college, I proposed to her. It wasn't like we got married because we had an accidental baby or something like that. At the time, I had a fear of losing her. More than wanting someone to spend forever with someone, I was probably just rushing to make a family. I don't know if I can make you happy, Sana, but when I'm with you, you make me the happiest man in the world.
Okay, let's be happy together.
At the beginning of our marriage, she did just like she said she would, and we were together 24/7. Thinking back now, those were unimaginably happy moments in our lives. However, that isn't the case now.
I'm going to hang out with Akari-san today.
Akari-san?
Yeah, my friend that's also a stay-at-home wife.
What time are you coming home?
Who cares about what time I come home? I'll be late again today.
Okay. I wonder when things started to be like this. Recently, my wife has been leaving the house a lot to hang with her friends. She would be out till late, and there would even be days that she would stay the night without coming home. She spent fewer and fewer hours with me as time went by. At the moment, we barely ever spent time together. I wasn't one to question her for details, so I didn't know who her friends were. But based on my social media loving wife, those friends are probably people that she met online. At this time of age, it's not uncommon to make friends using social media. Okay then. Going out from time to time is fine, but she was always going out and would come home late. She would even stay the night sometimes, so a normal husband would probably be upset over something like this. Still, I didn't want to attack her with questions or demands. I used to complain about it a little bit in the beginning. She would talk back to me saying, "Don't be clinging and hold me back," or "Can't I live the way I want?" She barely tried to understand my feelings, so before I knew it, my heart had started to grow cold towards her. If she wanted to go out and have fun, she can do that. At the same time, I'm also gonna live my life how I want to. I was feeling detached before I knew it. This sashimi is so delicious! After Sana left, I invited one of my colleagues to go to an izakaya with me. I'm happy that you can still drink with me like old times even though you're married now. I mean, Sana's out today too. Again? Your wife's been going out a lot recently. Till late too. Yeah. Is your relationship doing okay? Seems like she's never home. Nope. We haven't lived life like a married couple in a long time. To tell you the truth, we haven't even had sex this entire year. We only did it a couple of times the year before that too. Whoa, you're kidding me! You must be pent up in that sense then. I simply nodded my head in response to his question. It was true that I've been piling up some emotions these past 2 years. That's why I've been into this recently. As I said that, I pulled out my phone and showed my colleague my phone screen. On it was the front page of a dating app. Basically a site to meet new girls. My hobby recently has been looking for girls on this thing. Whoa, look at you! Are you making any progress? Nope, I haven't made much progress. So you're innocent then. It's technically still not cheating. Just like that, while Sana was out doing whatever she wanted, I used that as an excuse to do whatever I wanted to do. At night, I bar hop with my colleagues. While I'm at home, I check on my dating apps. These aren't things that I could do if Sana was always at the house. On this day too,
I'm going to hang out with my friend. I'm staying over at her place tonight.
just like always, Sana headed to the front door after saying that. She was always dressed up in fancy clothes and wore a thick layer of makeup. She's too dressed up to just be hanging out with her friends. But this was the normal for us at this point. Have fun! Once I made sure that Sana left the house, I turned on my phone.
I got married to Makoto 3 years ago. I got bored of Makoto 2 years ago. There are many couples that get married at a young age and fall apart because they're not done playing around. Watching girls the same age as me having fun with their lives and hanging out with boys made me feel exactly that way. I used to be a girl that loved being in relationships, but I think that getting married at 21 might have been too fast for me. I got bored of Makoto and my life lounging around at home and started going on dating apps. Usually, girls get a lot of messages on dating apps. Most of them were invitations for one-night stands, but for a married woman like me, that was actually super convenient. The men would pay for everything on dates, and I could choose whatever man I wanted by scrolling through pictures. I suddenly became so addicted that I felt like I couldn't live without this app. I'm supposed to spend the night at a hotel that includes an onsen with the guy that I'm meeting today. It's going to be my first time meeting him, but he looks super handsome in his pictures. And he makes more than 100,000 a year. I accepted spending the night because his qualifications were perfect.
Sorry about the wait. Are you Sana-san?
Oh, Hiroki-san? The man that showed up at our meeting spot was a handsome man that looked just like his picture. I scored big time.
Should we get going then?
He let me in his car, and we headed off to the hotel. We arrived after 2 hours and checked in. Arm in arm, we immediately walked into the hotel room and found...
You're late.
For some reason, I found my husband lying down on the bed. Why are you here?
Sana's face turned pale the moment she saw me. Hey, Makoto-san! Sorry about the wait!
What?
Hey, Hiroki-kun. Great job.
You guys know each other?
Yeah, he's my coworker.
What do you mean?
Sana seemed like she had no clue what was going on, so I decided to give her some spoilers. Listen, I knew that you've been cheating on me for a while now.
What?
You didn't even realize that I was letting you be free? I knew that Sana-san was cheating on me since last year. I also knew that she was using dating apps to find other guys. My coworker was right when he questioned whether I was pent up. I had anger pent up for over a year. That's why I was being patient so that I could get my revenge on her. First, I found out which dating app the Sana was using, registered for an account, and searched for my wife's profile. Once I found her account, I called up one of my younger, handsome coworkers to get in contact with my wife and bring her to this location.
You're so terrible to trick me into this trap!
You're the one that cheated in the first place!
This is just a temporary thing.
Oh, I want to your already, Hiroki-kun.
What?
If you really want me that bad, here's a special treat for you. I'm gonna send you a picture of my I read Sana's extremely embarrassing text out loud to her. It's almost funny at this point. You were sending my coworker eager messages like this? Saki-san, she sent those nude pictures without even me asking. Whoa! How can you even send pictures like this so confidently? Gosh!
Stop it.
Sana fell to the floor on the spot. She must have been crying, but honestly, I was the one that wanted to cry. I mean, you should obviously know this already, but we're getting a divorce.
Wait a second.
If you're gonna resist, I'm gonna send these messages to your parents to get you to leave. Sana froze after I said that and wouldn't move a single inch. She must have given up. Leaving Sana behind, my coworker and I left the hotel. I'm sorry. I was having uncomfortable conversations with your wife in the end. It's fine. I was the one that asked you to do it. Besides, I was already planning to divorce her since the start of this, so my heart doesn't hurt at all. Even without this incident, I had piled up a bunch of evidence against my wife for her cheating. I just wanted evidence good enough to cut her out of my life once and for all. A few days later, I collected evidence of my wife's adultery and sued her. The lawsuit against my wife successfully went through. I was able to get alimony and compensation fees from her, and our divorce papers were properly filed. Sana paid the compensation fee she owed me by struggling through a part-time job. There are times when she gets in contact with me and says things like, "I'm really struggling, could you please extend the dates for the payment?" But of course, I always decline her request. I'd like her to pay me everything as soon as possible so that she can stop being a part of my life.